Hello, it's TJ, and we're back with some more Elden Ring. Had to take a little break. I'm gonna be a little rusty again. But I'll be more concise in the near future. Check that in a second. Three of them? Eight or nine? That's one thing I learned in, believe it or not, Dark Souls 2. When you're fighting too many, take off the lock-on. You can still move the camera freely and get your shots in the directions you need them to get into. Apparently one of the chief complaints for the longest time about Dark Souls 2 is that the number of enemies led to making the lock-on system redundant. Where it could have been used as a teaching moment instead, about how using the lock-on should be situational. Though I think by now everyone's probably figured that out. For those that don't know, enemies with the golden eyes give off bonus wounds when defeated. I'm sure anyone can take an extra life and figure that out. I usually you boys can be beaten down quickly with a strike weapon, which is pretty much rule of thumb. If they look like they're too hard for a sword to poke through them, hit them with a hammer. Problem solved. Well, usually problem solved. That looks definitely like a tunnel. That I know. Oh, wait a minute. Well, now I look like a dummy. There's some light up there. Like the fur cape. My goal today, let's see, to get through as much of Limgrave as possible and finish this episode by going to Stormvale Castle. Hopefully. Depends on how poorly I play today. He's got the veteran's prosthesis. Oh, big boy. Very grumpy one at that. Do it quickly and consistently enough, staggering any enemy, or most importantly bosses, is the quickest way and the easiest way to win. That being said, it becomes much harder to do later in the game. That and I could very well be over-leveled for this area by now. Thank you, fellas. I believe it's time to say hello to a little friend.
Oi! You there. Could you help us out, Cully? What'd you go and do that for?
Why'd I do that? Because the tree was talking. Wouldn't you?
Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really.
Not very often I'm told that.
Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
Well, I mean, it's at least good spaghetti.
Or, well, if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Well, then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon. Right. But I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them. So I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore.
Cave on the shore. What? I think we ought to help the poor guy out. Some people are just so grumpy. Shiny. That's the action there. I believe that guy was doing it right. Got a campfire on the beach, falling asleep to the sound of the waves. Paradise. At least until some dickhead shows up on a horse and smacks you on the butt with a mace. If you're trying to stay hidden, sir, the fire
do you
is a
need?
dead giveaway.
I don't want any trouble.
I don't know why,
All done? Well,
but I almost
the only-
compulsively have to make sure I have one of every. Wait, did I pass pass it again? Yes, I did. Well, at least he got in the cave.
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. Oh, you'll end up just like me.
End up just like you. I get the hat too. I like the hat. Unless that's not what you meant. If that's the case. Why not? Let's go tell our good friend Buck the good news. No point in fast traveling, because then everything's just going to come back. And I need to see what's on the other end of the cave.
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once.
My good
They'll
servant
rush in
told
and
me
beat you
this
to
already. Here.
Wait. Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me. My sewing needle.
Oh, that's dumb expression.
What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I? Thank you. You're very kind. I always wanted to be a seamster like my mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I?
Don't be a big old nope. You cannot. Not enough nice things in the world of Elden Ring. You're not allowed to die, Bach. Simply forbidden. In the event of a cave-in, the demi-humans wouldn't have much of a home left. That would be unfortunate. Can't use them, but I gotta have them.
Me? I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Earth Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the Finger Maiden, yet can offer no guidance. I am no maiden. My purpose was long ago lost. Shall I turn your runes? Let my hand share them with me.
Were you born in a
Your
treehouse?
thoughts.
That sounds awesome. Wish I was born in a treehouse. I imagine it wouldn't have ended well, but it would have been cool. Not very many people that can say they were born in a treehouse. That probably also leave a lot of people with more questions than answers too, so it's probably for the best that that don't happen much. Yes.
Welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right. Welcome, valued customer. Come, please. I'm hungry.
Rude.
Ah, how nice of you, Lise. Ah, how nice, Lise.
Keep getting interrupted by all the demi-humans. Just want to have a nice conversation with the feller. What has the world come to these days? Let's see. god, wrong button. Switch that one out. There we go.
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he? Ever the bloody busybody. Maybe to him you don't seem so strange. The name's Blythe. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Or so I've heard. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward.
Has anyone told you that you're tall?
Darrowell is nothing but a traitor, and in need of a fitting end to his tale.
Like really tall. That's the perfect gag gift for him for Christmas. A step stool. Let's go say hello to Darrowell. Well, we're here on behalf of someone else. So he's got to be involved.
Darrowell.
There you go.
Rotting in a cell is no true justice. No. This is where it ends for you.
Why are you so fast? It still counts. There we go. Hey, Blythe, I call that a mission failed successfully. What about you?
Right. There you are. Had to work for it, but it's done. Don't say I'm not a man of my word. Here's your prize.
Ooh.
Oh yes. I should say, if you venture north to Raya Lucaria and come across a venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side, tell him I sent you, and he'll be sure to treat you right. I owe you one, I reckon.
Good God, if you're calling him tall, he's got to be huge.
That's enough chit-chat for now. It's time we parted ways.
Okie dokie. I got things to do. Noble Slending Sword farming spot. nice if we could steal the horses of enemy soldiers. I don't know why, but it'll just be a nice little quality of life thing to do. Though it might make Torrent jealous. Sorry, fellas. Can't have any witnesses to the great axe I stole. You either. Never know, the horses might be able to talk now. For it. It's like the world's worst botanical garden. You smell the roses and they're poison. And then when you go to complain, he smashes you in the face with his head. Repeat. Another scathing review. Worst garden ever.
Tarnished, are we? No wonder you should turn up here. I am Selen, a sorcerer, quite plainly. Why are you here?
Well, I mean, I was exploring, but okay.
Ah, a yen for glintstone sorceries. I dare say your proclivities are far from ideal. Oh well, perhaps nurture will defy nature, with a bit of luck. But one must choose one's masters wisely. I was exiled from the Academy of Rea Lucaria as a reviled, apostate witch. Do you still wish to learn from me?
Well, I mean, you want to learn from professionals.
Well, you are a piece of work. Very well. You are now my protege in glintstone sorcery. But I refuse to coddle, or cast kind words. Never. Anticipate grievances, young apprentice. Is that a scroll? Takes me back to my academy days. Very well. This is sorcery with which I'm not entirely unfamiliar. I'll be sure to incorporate it into one of your lessons. Never lose that inquisitive spirit, my apprentice.
Now let's get the most expensive ones first. Just so they're out of the way. Let's see. Ooh. That's the worst. You're at work searching through rubble trying to find your lunchbox, and then some dude shows up on a horse to spook you. The worst. So it's called the Union of Limgrave. This pestering tarnishes is running around. Pretty. Homing instinct. If I remember correctly, this is a picture taken from Limgrave. Well, not taken, painted. Goofball. Painted from Limgrave looking down at the Weeping Peninsula. I think. Probably around here. For archways, probably up here. From that point of view, probably down here. I believe that little tower was directly behind the first wall there. Oh, there it is. Thank you. The helmet probably nobody ever uses. Buffs incantation scaling are also, I believe, yep, lowering your defenses. But there is a little cave north in this river. I never said thank you.
Ah, we meet again. To have fought Nereus and lived. You must have seen your share of battle. I am Yura, as you might recall. Hunter of bloody fingers, tarnished, held in thrall by cessblood. Zealots, who stalk their own. You stay the path. You're certain to face more of them. Just remember, no kinship with their ilk remains. Their madness precludes it. Don't let your emotions stay your blade.
Well, thanks for the tip.
Be on your way. Perhaps we will meet again. If fate permits.
It probably will. We have arrived at the next tomb cave crypt. Tomb, cave, crypt, catacomb, hole in the ground, sewer. There's stuff in this hole you can smack around. Was one game I had played a long time ago. My childhood was in the PlayStation 1, but it involved entirely in using traps to defeat your enemies. And you left completely so that and you almost activated it like it was magic. Resident Evil. Really tanky. Good game. I don't think I ever beat it though. I believe I had the first one and the sequel, and I don't think I beat either one. Alrighty then, let's do it, sir. afraid I'm gonna have to go the long way around. I'm not sure if anyone can hear that, but all that noise is my children outside. Riding and crashing their new bikes. Little turds. No, no, no. You're trying to go. Ooh. Go. Oh yes, we definitely have to stop by here. Using our good old turtle shell doesn't seem like a viable strategy anymore. Now I've got my incantations. But that doesn't mean we can't bring the essence of the old turtle boy with us. According to sources, that being some of Rusty's videos as well as Fextra Life, this talisman, all by itself, provides 8 stamina per second, I believe, and the shield only provided 3. And without stamina, you are a sitting duck. Trick. We should take speed out. Sure, I can run this okay if I do. That wasn't too bad. Now, if you'd approached that boss fight from this side, there would have been an NPC here, investigating this poor lad. Or lass. Don't know. They don't ever move. For some. But we'll get to meet him here in a little bit. Depending on how long it takes to storm the entrance.
Oh, Jim, I terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
Well, yeah. Get some goodies I gotta have. Definitely gotta have that.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm...
Have to be able to see my character's beautiful hairs. Magnificent. A step in the right direction. Seems like I may not have time to hit Stormvale in this episode. But given how little dungeons there are left to clean out, I'll definitely be Stormvale in the next one. For sure. It's fairly likely it's going to be a pretty chatty episode. And if not from me. Oh, goody. Dogs. One of these days, I'm going to get dogs. First time. It will happen. Made a mistake. Always have to go the wrong way first. Sometimes there's goodies. And you gots to have them. There we go. I actually got one. Nope, that was a mistake. Might be a trap. A sleight of hand trick. Distract you with one while they stab you with the other. Simply rude. You don't think that guy's fine? Hey. That don't look good enough for you to fall through, sir. I understand what you mean. I think I deserve that. I almost got it. See, there it is. Move too much. Oh, we're off to a good start. Alrighty. Well, it appears that I am all out of time for this episode. But when we come back, considering how much we've gone through, there's maybe, I believe, one cave here. We've got a friend to see here. I will come to this one later. This fella is quite annoying. And another certain someone to visit over here. We take care of those things, about like 10 minutes. We can then spend the remainder of that video getting into the castle. That shouldn't take that long, but who knows. Anyway, that will be in the next episode. So, thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Toodles.